Good morning, teachers.
Good morning, teachers.
Very good morning, children. Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm rejoining. Can you admit me?
Yes.
Ma'am,
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning.
How are you, ma'am?
Good morning. Srushti, that is fine, Srushti. It's okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning.
ma'am.
Very good morning.
How are you, ma'am? How are you?
You all are fine, Shreyas. Thank you. How are you?
Ma'am, we are also fine.
Good. Good to hear that. I hope everyone is doing well. So we have another virtual tour to Japan today. Everyone
Yes,
excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Tours are too close, one after another. And
And last week or last to last week, we have one for
Yes.
Pune.
We had a virtual.
on forts.
Good morning.
Good morning, Arnab. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Arnab.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Ma'am, I'm not fine.
What happened? Just take care. Don't worry. Okay? Although situations are not really good, even I am not well. I have taken medicines. Don't worry.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Do we have any teachers?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Deepa ma'am, I'll make you the co-host.
Good morning, Dhanlakshmi ma'am. Good morning, children.
Good
morning, ma'am. Good morning, teachers.
Good morning, ma'am. Good
Good
morning.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning. Deepa ma'am, would you admit
Yes.
us, please?
Yes. I'll just admit these students.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Ma'am, also see if Miss Ritu, our resource person, if she enters, do let me know.
Okay.
Who is with Pranav Avre? Why is your name like this? Just rename yourself, Pranav. I'm allowing you to rename yourself. Just remove all those signs from your name, Pranav.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, teachers.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Neeraj.
Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, teachers.
Good afternoon, Shraddha ma'am. Okay, good morning yet.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you going to be there for all the three periods, ma'am? Will it be
No,
possible?
ma'am, no.
What about Deepa
Good
ma'am?
morning. Good afternoon, teachers.
I'll be here only for this.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, okay.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning, good morning. Deepa ma'am, what about you? You have,
I have a class at 12:20. I will join back at 1 o'clock.
okay ma'am. So any other teacher who would be here throughout the three classes, 6th, 7th and 8th period?
Gargi, mute yourself, beta.
Shraddha ma'am, I will keep you as a co-host. Till you are here, you can.
I'll admit the students.
Yes, Deepa ma'am is admitted the student, just in case I get locked out.
Okay.
Has Ritu, Uma mentor?
No, Ritu ma'am hasn't entered yet.
No, our resource person's name is also,
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, are there classes after these?
No.
After this?
no.
Ma'am, when are we going to start?
Until we will start now, children.
Thank you.
Waiting for ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shreyas.
Good morning, all.
Ma'am, it was for subject, ma'am.
Can I off my video for 10 minutes?
I would request you all to check on your classmates. Okay, just check if your friends are here. 6A, 6B, 6C, 6D, and 7A and B.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Sarah, ma'am.
Ching chong.
Good morning, ma'am.
What happened, Arav? What was that ting tong for? Don't call this when a resource person comes in. Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am is joining in 2 minutes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Which ma'am?
Ma'am, Miss Ritu Prasad, who is going to take you through this entire tour.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Arav, good morning. And please turn your video on. So many times you have wished us good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children. Very good morning to all of you. While the session is going on, if you have any queries, write the queries to me or you can write the queries to me. So I'll keep it intact, okay? When the question answer session comes, I'll call out your names. Then you can ask your queries. All right?
Ma'am, can we put our virtual backgrounds of Japan?
Okay, everybody can do that. It
And
will-
I already
Ma'am, I
did
have
that.
put. Ma'am, I have put.
even I think I should also go for it. You know, I've never gone
Ma'am,
for
can we put of anime? A Japanese cartoon it is.
whatever you are like.
No, it would be better if you put something else, child. Either
Something
red
nice,
flag or something like that.
pleasant,
No
yes.
cartoon characters.
Ma'am, anime is not good for children, ma'am.
Ma'am, my laptop
Then don't
is
go for
on.
it, Yashraj.
Yeah, please don't do that. Okay.
Good morning.
Good
See how
morning.
Mahi has kept a very nice one. Something special which is found there.
Ma'am, Volk from Japan.
Mahi. Manan, what was that, Manan? Your face is not visible only.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I joined the English class daily link.
You joined Aryan.
Ma'am, I
Did you see
joined
the
the
message?
virtual there.
Good afternoon,
We're
ma'am.
having a friends meeting. And then everyone said we have to join.
Ma'am, I was forgotten that there is the virtual tour and I by mistakenly joined that all subjects link.
Yes, how many times I've told you there is no word called by mistake. Please.
Sorry, by mistake.
That's
I
better.
joined our regular classes link and then I saw the messages on our group. Then
I also joined the same. I also joined my class link and then told my children go for the virtual tour.
Okay. You all can put on your virtual backgrounds for Japan children. Arjun, now you don't have network issue, Arjun. In the morning you had
I want to eat sukiyaki.
Ma'am, internet was gone. I was doing some.
internet goes away, I don't understand.
Ma'am, it goes and it comes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
It can be unstable, but if it goes, you
Excuse
can
me, ma'am.
as entering.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Yes.
Ma'am, I've put the Sakura.
Yes, yes. Good morning, ma'am. Ritu ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, Dhanalakshmi ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
Very well. And the children are excited?
Very excited.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children, we are about to start our program. Now mute our microphones. Everybody goes on mute. You have any questions? You can write it to me in the chat. Write it to me directly to me. Then I will call out your name. You can ask your questions. Okay. Now let us begin. Everybody excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So very good morning to everyone present here. We have all gathered here, children, for the virtual tour to Japan, as you all know. Yes, so without taking much of your time, let me introduce to you our resource person for today, who will take us through the entire tour. So she is Ms. Ritu Prasad, who is a director at the OISCA International from North India and has been working with OISCA International since 2001. Let me tell you a little about the OISCA International. Yes. It is the Organization for Industrial, Spiritual and Cultural Advancement, children. That is how OISCA, O-I-S-C-A, that is a full form of the company's name. It is an international NGO which was formed in 1961 with its headquarters in Tokyo, that is in Japan. OISCA has offices and chapters in more than 35 countries and territories. In 1993, OISCA became the first NGO to receive the prestigious United Nations Earth Summit Award towards global sustainability. In 1995, OISCA became the first NGO from East and Southeast Asia to be awarded the highest general consultative status with the United Nations Economics and Social. Student, please mute your microphone. Yes. OISCA has been active in the field of environment, education, agriculture, forestation, and also development. So let me take Ms. Ritu I hand it over to you now. So please take over the session, children.
Thank you, ma'am, for introducing OISCA to the children. And on behalf of OISCA North India, we're very grateful to the principal, Mr. Devinder Kumar sir, and to Rima ma'am for giving us an opportunity for organizing this virtual tour for the students. Students, this is a virtual tour. Usually we take children to Japan and it's called a environment, education and cultural study tour. Now, because of the pandemic, we cannot take them to Japan. So we have organized this virtual tour for your school, which focuses on the technologies. Now, all of you children are aware of the technologies, but also to the discipline culture of Japan. I don't think so many of you must be knowing about it. And so this is also, I'm going to focus on this presentation. And most importantly, the school life, where you can relate to yourself and see how the Japanese school and the school life is, and you can compare with yours. And I hope you enjoy the tour. And if you have any questions, please let me know. It's even now or later also, if you want to ask something, you're most welcome. Dhanalakshmi ma'am, should I start with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Okay.
You want me to give the co-host rights for screen sharing, ma'am?
Pardon?
You would like to share the screen, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm just putting on to my presentation. I'll just do it.
Yes, ma'am. I'll give you the co-host rights. Yes.
Screen share. Desktop. Yeah. Word controller. Click over. Yes, sir. First page. वैसे करो. वहां से कर दो, वहां से डायरेक्ट चला जाएगा. Yes.
Yes, children. Now, this program is called Environment, Education and Cultural Program in Japan, which is organized by this organization and which you already ma'am has introduced. Now, this program has been designed for children at the age group of 12 to 18 years. Now, as I told you, what you will be learning in this program, the children will learn about the world's most advanced technologies and also the ancient discipline culture of Japan. Now, children, this is a map of Japan which shows the population. Now, this Japan country is a very small country. And you see the population also. And here they say 47 prefecture is the states. Like how we say states in India, they say prefectures. Now, children, one thing you must have noticing, the country is small, with the population also very small. But Japan is the most advanced country and rich country. Now, one thing is very surprising that in Japan, everything, like I have stayed in Japan, I'm working for a Japanese organization, I know everything comes from the neighboring country. Like when I see the milk is coming from Korea, the breads are coming from other states, the eggs are coming from another country. Now, what do Japanese people sell then if they're buying everything? Children, they sell technologies, information. So one thing you must be wondering, this is a small country with small population and they're selling the technologies and has become one of the richest country in the world. Now the USA is also very rich, but it has a big country with big population. So Japan is a very small country with small population and doing very well. The few things which I want to just highlight to you, which you children must be knowing about it. Japan is called the land of rising sun. And the time difference between India and Japan is 3.5 hours. Now, like it's 12 now, it must be 3:30 in Japan evening now. Now, 99% of the people speak the same language. And Japan is one of the most literate, in the world's most literate country. And another thing about Japan, which is very, very important, the country possessing an intricate and ancient cultural tradition, yet one of the most economically and technology advanced country. Now, in the third point, you see that Japan, they spend a lot of money on budget is for research and development. A lot of money is spent on research and development, and that is how they sell their technologies and informations. All of you know that they dominate the world in automobile, robotic, biotechnology, renewable energies. Now, even the stock market of the Tokyo stock market in Japan is the second in the world. The first thing I would like to explain you about here in about this country, Japan, is about the emperor. Now, emperor is there in Japan, which says the current constitution was announced in 1948, soon after the World War. It states that emperor is the symbol of the state and the unity of the people without power relating to government. Japan is the only modern nation to still refer to the head of its royal family as emperor. The emperor is called in Japan as Tenno, and they say that this family, emperor family, is directly descended from God. That's a belief they do. Now, the imperial house of Japan is one of the oldest in the world. This you must know. And emperor is the head of Shinto religion. I'll explain you about the Shinto religion later in my presentation. Now, the real emperor, His Excellency Naruhito, assumed the throne in May 2019, and he is the 126th emperor. Now, children, you must have always seen an emperor as a male, but we have some women emperor also. Only 8 of the Japanese emperor have been women. Means out of 126, only 8 have been women. Now, what is the duty of this emperor? It's promoting international friendship. Emperor does come and meet people in public, but only twice in a year. One is on his birthday, and also on New Year's Day.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good.
Yes. Good morning, Vaishnavi. Sorry, ma'am.
That's okay. Now you see, children, this is a photograph of the emperor and his wife. And this is during the ceremony when he was, during the ceremony when he was reigning as an emperor. Now this is a part of the ceremony. And this is a time when they greet the people, the public. This is how they move in the public. Now, when we take children for tour, so we take to this Imperial Palace, which is in Tokyo. Now you can see the Imperial Palace over here, but obviously we are not allowed inside the Imperial Palace. We take them near it. And this is a bridge. This is a part of Imperial Palace. So it's the children, they go and visit here, and it's in Tokyo. See, the children are sitting over here. We are taking all of them. And they have a good view of this. You can go up till here and have a look. You can see some people are going here also, but we can't go beyond this bridge. It's a very nice view. We have a nice Japanese garden over here. Now about Diet members. And who are these Diet members, children? Like in India, we have a member of MPs and MLAs, which you are familiar with. Similarly, in Japan, they are called Diet members. The Japanese parliament is called Diet. In Diet in Japanese is called Hembon Kokai, and it is composed of lower house called House of Representatives, Sungling, and upper house, House of Councillor, Angling. And both houses are directly elected under the parallel voting system, and as India, the Prime Minister governs them. Now, this is a Diet building. It's a very huge building in Tokyo. And the children, when we take the children, we always try to make one of the visit to the Diet building, and they meet one of the Diet members. This gentleman, he's a member of parliament, and he's in charge of the education department. So the children, they meet the minister, they ask him everything. He also explains them about the school life. So this you can see the children are meeting there. They have a very good discussion. So this is a children meeting them and having a discussion. Now religion. Now children, do you know what is the religion of Japan? Everybody is familiar with Buddhism, but we have a Shinto religion also. Religion in Japan manifests primarily in Shinto and Buddhism. Now, why I'm explaining you about religion is because the Shinto religion, the aim, the belief of this religion has a lot of impact on the Japanese people and their life and their disciplined life. That is why Shinto, I wanted to explain Shinto religion to you. Now, what does Shinto means? Shinto means they're worshipping to ancestor, domestic altar, and public shrine. Means they believe in nature. They worship nature. And Shinto religion is as old as Japan itself. Now, Buddhism was imported to this mainland in the 6th century. Now, in Japan, the Japanese, they consider themselves Buddhist and Shintoism or both. So it's very interesting thing to know. When in Japan a child is born, the ceremony which happens, like when your child is born in India, also we have pujas and all. In Japan also the ceremony which is conducted, they follow the Shinto religion, all the rituals. But throughout their life, they stay like a Buddhist. Even when they die, all the ritual is done as a Shintoism. So religion does not play a big role in everyday's life for the Japanese people. Huh? Now, like we have here, like in Christian, they have Bibles, we have sutras, but Shinto, they do not have a founder, nor does it have any sacred scriptures. Now, what do the Japanese people don't usually think of Shintos as a religion, is an aspect of Japanese life. And that is why Buddhism and Shintoism religion, they coexist and they coexist happily. Now, Shinto is deeply rooted in the Japanese people and tradition. Now, what is the aims of Shinto ethic is to promote harmony and purity. They believe a lot in this. Purity is not about spiritual purity, but moral purity, having a pure and sincere heart. Now, who are these Shinto gods? Shinto gods are called kami, and I told they believe in nature, wind, rain, mountains, rivers. They are the things they believe in. The key concept of Shinto religion is concept of purity, harmony, family respect, subordination of the individual before a group have become a part of Japanese character. In Japan, group activities are always encouraged. Now, when we take children to Japan, we take them to Asakashi Shrine, which is an Buddhist temple in Tokyo. It is one of the oldest temples, which was completed in 1964 AD. Now, this is a part of that Asakusa Shrine, which is in Tokyo. And this is a temple, Buddhist temple. See how people are praying over here. This is a structure, very old structure. You can see of the temple. Now, when you see this, now this is a way to the temple. And you see all these places have a lot of these shops and a lot of books to read. So when you go through this, you can understand a lot about the Buddhist culture, the tradition, even Shinto culture, tradition of the Japan culture, tradition. Throughout this way, you can understand and see and while entering the temple, the shrine. See, this is another way, Asakusa Shrine where children are waiting. This is another one. Now, this is called Miyajima Island. Here is we take children to a Shinto kind of, it's a Shinto island, you call it. And this Miyajima Island is near Hiroshima. So how do we go to this island? We go to this island by boat. From Hiroshima, we go by boat to this island. Now you just see this place. This doesn't have any god, but people are sitting and meditating, praying to the ancestors, praying to the nature. This is what Shintoism believe in. Now this is the entry to the island. And now you see, I told you, there are only some of this, well, this is a typical Japanese bride and bridegroom. They believe in Shintoism religion, so they have come for their wedding over here. It's a very beautiful island. And this island has a lot of deers. So deers are all over the island and you can play with the deer. They don't come and harm you. So children are enjoying over there. So we spend around 4 to 5 hours in this island. Now the next is about the culture of Japan is tea ceremony. Tea ceremony is a very important part of this Japanese culture. The Japanese tea ceremony is a part of Japanese culture that has been kept for a long time, and it proves that discipline came from this culture. We say that Japanese is very disciplined people. So in the culture, in the religion, everything is taught. Tea ceremony was introduced to Japan in the 8th century. Though it's originated in China, the tea ceremony has become one of the most quintessential Japanese experience. Now, what is this about the tea ceremony? I'll explain you later also, with slides. The tea ceremony represents harmony, respect, purity, tranquility, which we must embrace in order to achieve the main purpose of the tea ceremony. This event is a unique as every process from the tea equipment's preparation until the tea is tasted has a distinctive techniques. The tea ceremony sees a simple task of preparing a drink for the guest, evaluated to an art form, an intricate series of movements performed in the strict manner and appreciated by the recipient. The tea ceremony gives a positive impact, teaches good characteristics that must be instilled in everyone, such as manners. When you attend a tea ceremony, manners is something which plays a very important role. Beauty, simplicity, respect, appreciation, discipline, humbleness, and kindness. The tea ceremony is a ceremonial way of preparing and drinking green tea in a traditional room with a tatami floor. I'll explain you this. Now, when we take children for the tea ceremony, first they have to have a meeting with the teacher. So this is a way they have a meeting. This is called tatami floor. So we all sit like this and the teachers explain them about the tea ceremony, because there's a way you have to behave during the ceremony, the way you have to sit, and even the topic. You cannot have tea and discuss anything. The topic you have to only discuss which is pleasant to everybody, which is enjoyed by everybody. You cannot share a joke in tea ceremony and make it a laugh. It's a very disciplined ceremony. Now, this is a part of the tea ceremony which we take children to in Tokyo. This is a teacher. See how the children are sitting first. They have to sit here. They have to open the slipper here and they come here and sit here. And she's making the tea. Now, the whole tea, the Japanese tea is called matcha.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can we have it on a slideshow so children can view it properly? Like
Slideshow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll just do it. It's 1 minute. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
It is not visible.
It is visible, but can't we go on? All right, children. You can directly go on top the slideshow option, ma'am.
Ritu ma'am, you'll have to share it again, and that is when it will be visible.
Okay, I'll share it again. Okay, I'll do that. Share it again. So should I stop and share it again? That'll be better.
Stop and share it again.
Okay.
You need to share your whole screen.
I'll do that. 1 minute.
Share.
Whole screen.
Full screen.
Yeah.
100% full screen.
That should be resumed. Slideshow.
Is it okay?
No.
Ma'am, now you have to do new share.
No, I'm doing it. 1 minute.
Ma'am, on new share.
I think slideshow is not coming over there on her screen because she is clicking on that, but it is not being moved.
1 minute. I'll just try it once more. Just give me 1 minute, children. I'll just do it. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one. Huh? Now here you can see, oh, it's okay better, children?
Yes, ma'am. This is, we can see only the previous screen. Sadaf ma'am, if you could just join.
You want me to, because I've
You can just select the image and then you can try.
All right, I think ma'am, you can continue with the way it is. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a picture where you can see the children are sitting in a Japanese style. And here you can see them having a plate with some napkins and sweets. Because and she's making the tea for you. So when the tea is served, when matcha tea is served, it is very bitter in taste. So in between you can have these sweets. So to get a very subtle taste. Now see how the children are sitting. And she's serving tea to you. When she serves tea to you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Huh?
Ma'am, it's on the 31st slide only. The slide isn't moving.
It's not moving?
Yes, ma'am. The slide is.
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is frozen.
Okay. The screen is frozen.
All right, children. All right.
1 minute. I don't know why it's happening today.
You can just stop and share again, ma'am.
I'll stop it and share it again.
Yes.
Slide is not moving.
Ma'am, you can do simply the screen share and ma'am, it would go ahead. Ma'am, actually you are muted.
Wait, ma'am is doing it again. Hold on, children. Yes, ma'am. Move on to the next slide, slide 32. You are on mute, ma'am.
Ma'am, don't do that slideshow.
Yeah, don't do slideshow then. If it is getting stuck.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
I'm go to slideshow and that start from current slide.
I think ma'am can't unmute.
Wait.
It's okay?
Mama, if you are in laptop, you
We
can.
are still on slide number 31. Are you on the same slide, ma'am, in your screen?
31.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, if
Yes,
you are
I'm in 31 only.
Yes, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Now I'm come to 32. Can you see?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's
Wait. Wait, children, wait. Hold
Ma'am,
on.
can you close the slideshow?
हाँ मैं तुम भी कुछ कर रहे हो?
नहीं मैं भी देख रहा हूँ इसमें मेरे में चला था
1 minute.
Yes. Ma'am, when you share the screen on your left-hand corner on top, you have the entire screen option. So click on that. Yeah.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Wait, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, now we can see, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now we can see.
Yes, ma'am.
And now is everything clear?
Perfect, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, children, here you can see the how the children are sitting over here. This is the way to sit. And she is making the tea here. Now you see here, you can see on plate which is kept with some paper napkin and sweets. Because this green tea, which is called matcha, it's very bitter in taste. So when they have this tea, where they have these sweets with the tea, they feel better and it gets a very subtle taste. In between, they have sweets also.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, is there any history or something in between this tea? Why is it bitter?
Why it is bitter? Because the leaf that is made, the green tea that we get in India, it's not that special, that is not the typical green tea. The matcha, which is called matcha, which is made from the green tea leaves, and they make it into a powder. And that is why it is very bitter in taste. So, you know, you see the Japanese having throughout the day in a very small quantity, they keep sipping the tea throughout the day. They don't like it like have it in a big cup, you know.
Okay, children will have the questions in the question answer session, so save your questions.
Yes.
We'll finish the presentation.
Yes.
Yes, please continue.
Jack?
1 minute, there's some another problem today. Why it's happening today only?
I simply interrupted you. You were going well with the same thing.
No, I can understand. You know, something is wrong. I'm doing it in my desktop. I'm not doing it in my laptop.
So we are still viewing slide 31, ma'am. Still.
31.
Yes, ma'am.
This one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. I have changed the slide. It's not come.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, and we can't see your cursor.
Ma'am, can you just stop share and don't click on slideshow? Simply continue with the normal one.
Yeah, simply continue with the normal screen like.
That's a normal screen. 1 minute. So why it's happening today? Screen.
Yes, ma'am. Now I can.
Now it
see slide 33. Slide 33.
So you can see?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can see here. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Ma'am, I guess the size is too big.
Yeah, ma'am. The size has reduced. From our side,
Ma'am, we can
see the
33rd.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am is on the 33rd slide, children. Hold on.
Now this is how she's. Now you can see the 33. How they're having this thing. Now this is when she is. The teacher has prepared the green tea and she's giving to the students. And now see how they are having the holding on to the cup. Huh? This is another school. This is a tea ceremony school in Kyoto. We take them here also. Either we take them in Tokyo or here. Now this school is one of the best tea ceremony school in Japan. This is the entrance of the school. Now you see here this gentleman.
Ma'am, actually we can't see the 34th slide.
We can't see the screen.
You can't see.
We can't see the 34th slide. The next. Can see the
Don't
screen,
do
but
the
we can't
slideshow.
see the
ma'am,
slide.
we can see the screen, ma'am.
Yes, we can see
6 and 7.
Children, just hold a minute, children.
Huh?
This is the 35th slide. Yes, ma'am.
35th slide, no?
Yes, ma'am.
35th slide.
No, this is a gentleman. You're the guru, tea ceremony guru. Now his family has been serving the emperor from the past 16 generation. Now when in his school, when you go, first he explains you all the history of tea ceremony, how it was made, how it was carried, everything. Now this is the way how the tea leaves used to be carried to the emperor, and this used to be a kind of function to be carried to the ceremony, to be carried to the emperor's house. This is how he explains. This is how in this pot the tea leaves used to be carried. Now, when I told you, you said how the tea is very bitter in taste, because we get the tea leaves and it has to be grinded like this. And this is called matcha, and this is the way. This also has to be done in a particular way. You have to sit in a particular way and you hold it also in a particular way. See how the children are grinding into a powder. Now he explains you how he makes the tea and what is the benefit and what is the concept of this tea ceremony. He explains you everything, how to enjoy the tea, and everything else. Next. Now here you see how he's talking. He's making here. You can see that with he's making the tea over here and he's serving to the students and he explains to them everything. See how the children are enjoying the tea, and this is they have the sweet beside and they play it also. See, he teaches children how to hold the tea. You have to hold the tea cup in this way, And when you have take one sip, the first sip, the second sip, you cannot take for the same side. So you have to move it a little and take the second sip. See how the children are enjoying the tea serving. Now the next is a sumo wrestling. But children, you must be knowing, have seen sumo wrestlings and sumo wrestlers. The sumo wrestling is Japan's national sports. Now it is something very ironic is that it's ironic that the national sport of Japan, whose inhabitants are the skinniest and the most gentle people in the world, involves two overweight people trying to solve each other out of the ring. So this is very funny because the Japanese, this is only sports where the Japanese, you find the Japanese are very overweight and they're fighting. The sumo wrestling tournaments are a fantastic glimpse into the traditional Japanese culture. The sumo is also a religious ritual. What is the history of sumo wrestlers? With its origin in the Shinto religions, wrestling is estimated to have begun in the 3rd century. Now, many of the rituals and traditions from the time still remain in the tournaments today also. This same culture which it followed very long time ago, you find it again now. What are these? First, salt that is thrown in the ring, symbolizing purification. Strength water that wrestlers drink just before the match. Even the advertisements are paraded around the ring on fabric banner than big screen. So these are the things which we were following earlier also, the same tradition follows. Now, the most important thing is about the diet. Now children, you must be thinking that to become so fat, these sumo wrestlers must be eating a lot of pizzas and burgers and drinking a lot of Coke. No, they have to lead a very disciplined life. The diet is, the weight gain is an important part of the training. Now, how do they gain the weight? That is also very important. You must learn that. The ideal weight of the sumo wrestlers is anything from 400 to 600 pounds. Means that it takes not only the strength and flexibility to both sumo wrestlers, but the right diet is also very important. Eating is an essential part of the training. Now, how many calories do they take? They take 20,000 calories in just 2 meals. In between, they're not supposed to eat anything. That means 10,000 calories per meal. Now, and the water is only one kind of meal they take. They can't have fancy food, anything. Now, what do they take? The main dish is a stew called chakanobe. Nabe means traditional Japanese stew. Chakanobe is supersized version stuffed full of everything for the role of the purpose of providing calories. Now, another important thing is that the stew is filled with fish, vegetables, meat, tofu, along with bowl of rice and more. That they have many bowl of rice, 15 to 20, that's up to that. Now, they have to, when they want to join sumo wrestling, so they have to go to a training stable, which is called haya. They will live in haya where they follow strict tradition, dedicated their daily lives from what they eat to what they wear. Now, what is the schedule of these sumo wrestlers? Children, this is the most important thing. They have to get up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., followed with training, and they skip their breakfast. Why? Why do they skip their breakfast? Because working out instead slows down the metabolism, so they do not eat anything till 11 a.m. It also gets them hungry enough to consume 10,000 calories lunch. After lunch, there is another important part of the training is to take nap. They take a siesta as long as 4 hours after lunch in order to slow down the metabolism and add everything they just ate to the grit. At the end of the day, they eat another massive meal of 10,000 calories and call it a night. So this is only 2 times they eat. There are some, they're allowed to have beer, but very limited and nothing else. When they sleep, the day's protein and calories work magic, wake up in the morning and ready to smash the body against each other. Now, another important thing about these sumo wrestlers have to wear traditional clothes. In order with the strict rules governing their life, sumo wrestlers are not allowed to choose their own clothes. As soon as they join the stables, they're expected to grow their hair, to have a top knot, which is called chongmai. They are expected to wear this hair traditional dress all the time, even in public. Now, there is another thing which is sumo wrestlers have to behave. Not allowed to behave how they like, because they have the strength, they cannot boss around. They're expected to control the demeanor and the personality in public. They have to be soft-spoken. I have seen many of these tourism about tournaments about these sumo wrestlers. I've seen that they're very soft-spoken. They should refrain from, 1 minute. They should refrain from, they should not show their excitement when they're winning, or not any disappointment at losing. Now, what is this age of the sumo wrestlers? The lower age is 15 years, but upper age is officially 23 years. They can go maximum up to 25 years. Now, these sumo wrestlers are celebrities in Japan. They earn dollars. They have a lot of dollars, they have a lot of money, have fan clubs, retain their prestigious title for life. Now, this is one of the picture of the sumo wrestlers.
Ma'am, can you reduce the size? It's too big.
I reduce the size. No, it's okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, see, this is the you have different thing on this. This is the way the different companies are sponsoring them. So they wear like the clothes like that. Now, this is the way they fight. So as soon as they enter the ring, they take salt in their throat. But even the referee is dressed in a very traditional manner. This is when they are out in public, they dress up like this. I happen to be in Japan and I've met them. So this is a picture. And many times you see, this is a picture in public, how they go. See, they're very soft-spoken, very polite, very demure in their personality. And many a time you see the sumo wrestler traveling like a normal people in metro. This is a sumo wrestler traveling in a metro. The next. Okay, next.
Can minimize.
Yes, memorize it.
Increase the size from 145 to 100.
No, I'm doing that only, children.
Yes, ma'am. This is okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The wrestlers are so tall.
Now, this is a golden pavilion. This is in Kyoto. Now, this is when the sumo wrestlers, when they used to, not now it's closed, but earlier when they used to come to the golden pavilion to rest.
Ma'am, what do we say the golden pavilion in Japanese?
Yes, it's written Kinga. It's called Kinkakuji. Kinkakuji. Let's see, it's spread Kinkakuji. So we take children to this golden pavilion also, so you can have a view. And this has a, beside the golden pavilion, they have a very beautiful garden, and where you can see a part of, you feel the part of Shinto religion also existed over here. You can feel over here. This is a garden, and this is now this is the Haya, the training center. So when the children, when we in Tokyo, when they have the time, they can get up at 4 in the morning. We take them to this training center to see the sumo wrestlers practicing, because the tournament tickets are very, very expensive. See, they do their own work, the cleaning the ring. The next we're taking to, not sumo, now this I've said, you must be always seeing that there are always very fat sumo wrestlers, but that's not true. We have some few skinny sumo wrestlers, like this is Takanomaya Sonata. He's from. Now we take you to Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is in Hakone, which is very close to Tokyo. You see, I've written here Fuji-san. San means you give respect to somebody. Use the word san. Now, Mount Fuji is a national symbol of Japan. It's cultural icon of Japan. It was added to the World Heritage List as a cultural site on 22nd June 2013. Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan. You can see that standing with 12,398.2 feet, is the second highest volcano on any island on Asia. Mount Fuji is an active volcano that erupted from 1707 to 1708. It's around 100 kilometers southwest of Tokyo. The Mount Fuji contributes to Japan's physical, cultural, and spiritual geography. This is how Mount Fuji looks. This is how it looks during the spring. This is during the autumn. Now this you see, even in the currency, they have a picture of Mount Fuji. So that's kind of respect they give to Mount Fuji. Now this road, this is a roadway to the Mount Fuji. Why I have shown you this way? Because it's very interesting. As soon as you go towards the Mount Fuji, as your wheel, we go in the bus, the wheel of the bus touches this road, the music starts playing. You can sit in the bus and hear to the music. This is one of the, yes?
How can the music be played?
That's the technology. So when the tire touches the road, there is some connected electrical there, so you can hear to the music.
What is the currency there?
Yen.
Just in this.
See, this is the way they're going, they're hearing to the music. Now, when we go to Mount Fuji, we take them up to the 5th station. This is very cold. Beyond this, we are not allowed. For children are not allowed. Only the people who go for trekking, they can go. So children, we take children to up to the 5th station, and this is how they enjoy everything. See, here they're getting a better view of the Mount Fuji. Even in summer, it's cold over there. You need to carry a jacket. And during winter, it's very, very cold. The Lake Arsi cruise. Now, what is Lake Arsi? When volcano had erupted around Mount Fuji, so a lot of lake was formed. One of the lake is called Lake Arsi. So we take you in this cruise, children. This is the cruise is for 2 hours, which we take you around Mount Fuji, where you can get a better view of the Mount Fuji. And this whole cruise is a lot of fun because a lot of interesting things is there on the crew also. See, this is the entrance to the crew. We have 2 crews. So we go on this crew. Yeah. The children are enjoying this inside the cruise. And this is the way they're taking the photographs. Now, you must be knowing that the kimono is the traditional, like we have saris over here for India, traditional dress. Kimono is a traditional dress for the Japanese. So we take you to the kimono wearing origami classes also. You know about origami, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So what does kimono means? The kimono is a Japanese traditional garment. The word kimo, which literally means thing to wear, ki is wear, and mono is thing, has come to donate these full-length robes. Origami from ori means folding and kami means paper. Now the small numbers of basic origami folds can be combined in varieties of ways to make intricate design. The best known origami model is a Japanese paper crane. And the paper crane, they say crane is a good luck. So we take you to Kyoto into this Japanese art and culture school. So this is the entrance of the school. You have these Japanese teachers who takes the class and explains you everything. So they're welcoming the children. This is their attending the origami class. She's teaching you how to make a crane. And there's a story behind every design that she makes and what is the meaning of this. Even every fold has a meaning. She explains everything. And she tells the whole thing in a very with a dramatic way, and she explains children everything, which is because more interesting and children enjoy. And they learn in this class. They learn many intricate design to also make. Now the boys are wearing a kimonos. See, we have seen the girls wearing a kimonos, but boys also wear a kimono. This is the way they wear. So there's a boy wearing a kimono dress. Now, when they're wearing a kimono dress, then they're having tea with the Japanese teachers. This is how they're required to sit, to enjoy the Japanese culture. And see this, how even the girls have worn kimonos. And now we take you to the bonsai class. Now bonsai you all have seen, but I don't think so many of you children must be understand what does bonsai means. How it has how each stems have to be tied. What are the steps have to be taken?
Ma'am, I know what is bonsai. Ma'am, I know what is bonsai.
Ma'am, I have the plant at my home.
Oh no, but you know, like this, you know, there's a lot of spirituality added to it. There are a lot of things, the way have to be done, the way have to water. There's a lot of things that have to add, and the making a bonsai is very much related to your life.
Ma'am, actually, I had also made one.
Good.
But it
So
died.
so this is where the children learn how the bonsai, how they treat their lives. Everybody's life is precious. Similarly, you have to take that similar way. You have to take care of these
Ma'am,
bonsai.
actually, in Japanese, ma'am, most of the houses there are lots of bonsai, ma'am.
But this is a school that we take them to. See, this is the teacher. He's explaining to you. This is a bonsai school. The children have gone. See, every children get a bonsai to work on, how to tie the stem, how to cut, and how you should treat them. It's not that you should treat bonsai, any plants, with a lot of feelings. They say that they have feelings. If you're in a very angry mood and treat them like that, it affects them. See, the children are working on the bonsai. And these are very old bonsai. These are like some 1,000 years old bonsai. And each bonsai over here has a history. So they explain you everything. And this school has a very traditional Japanese garden also. So children enjoy the Japanese garden. The different kinds of bonsais are there. This is one of the oldest bonsai in Japan. The children enjoying. Now, the next I'm going to take you to Hiroshima. You must have heard about Hiroshima, children. Yes, Hiroshima is famous for bombarding. But why it was done, more detail will go on that. So, the United Nations bombarding of Japanese city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki was on August 6th and August 9th, 1945, where the first instance of atomic bomb used against human, killing 10,000 of people, and it was also contributing to the end of World War II. Now, the atomic bomb which was thrown on Hiroshima was called Little Boy. Did you know that? And
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
and the fat man was it was called atomic bomb at Nagasaki. Now, why was Hiroshima and Nagasaki targeted? That's the most important thing, because no other city was targeted, only these two cities was targeted. Why? At the time of bombarding, Hiroshima was a city of industrial and military significance. A number of military units were located nearby, and the most important of which was a headquarters of Field Marshal. Hiroshima was also a supply and logistic base for the Japanese military. The little boy was dropped by a parachute at 8:15 a.m., destroying 5 square miles of the city. People reported that a bright flash of light followed by a loud sound. The bombarding started intense fire that spread rapidly through timber and paper house, burning everything. Now, the population of the Hiroshima was 3,81,000. After the bombarding, the population has steadily decreased because of systematic evacuation by the Japanese government. Immediately, when the city was bombarded, 70 to 80,000 was killed, people were killed, maybe more, and 20,000 Japanese military personnel were killed. So that's how they attacked these two cities. Nagasaki, why Nagasaki? Nagasaki has been one of the largest seaport in southern Japan. Was a great wartime importance because of its wide-ranging industrial activities, including the production of ordnance, ship, and military equipment. They had 4 largest companies, which employs 90% of the city labor force. The Fat Man atomic bomb was dropped at 11:02 a.m. on August 9, 1945. At that time, the population was 2,63,000. Immediately, 60 to 80 people died immediately. Many died later, still unknown. Now, what was the impact of this bomb that was atomic bomb? It was basically people had a lot of skin disease, new virus and medical problems where no medicines were invented, mental and psychological problems, body deformed that affected the next few generations. But children, one thing we have to learn, as we all know, the Japanese are the most disciplined, hardworking, and cultured people. At present, Hiroshima is as busy city as your New York in USA. Today, Hiroshima has recovered into a bustling manufacturing hub with a population of over 1.1 million people. Hiroshima Peace Memorial is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, this city promotes world peace. This, we take you to the museum. It's one of the museums, and which it's a really eye-opener for each of us that how we should never go for this destructive actually throwing bomb. We should have, I mean, this shows what the life of the people of the Japan had faced it. See how it shows over there how the skin was peeling off, the people were going blind, how everything was burned. These instruments were found, which was all, the big instrument which has melted into small. But we had a historic meet in Hiroshima also, where people had understood and forgotten and had forgiven everything. Into 2016, we had the US president who had traveled to Hiroshima, and even our Japan Prime Minister, Mr. Shinzo Abe, was also there, and they greeted the bombarding survivors there. Now, what do they do? Every year on 6th August, the church bell rings at 8:15 a.m., where hundreds of lanterns are floated down the Motosai River in front of the atomic bomb dome. The lanterns are tributes to those who perished in the bombarding. Now, this is the dome, the UNESCO Heritage Center, where we take children, we take them to the museum and to here also. And this is one building which is still exists in Hiroshima, just to show the people. So this building still exists. Now we come to the technologies. Now I have told you earlier that whether Japan is very advanced in their technologies, and this is how we are going to. First, I'm going to speak about bullet train, which is called Shinkansen in Japan. It's the first high-speed rail system. Hideo Shima, a designer and a driving force behind the building, was the first bullet train, a symbol of the post-war re-emergence of Japan as a technology and economic power. The Tokaido Shinkansen began operation in Japan in 1964. So you can imagine at that time they were the Shinkansen was operating. Hayabus is the fastest train in Japan, reaching maximum speed of 320 km/h. Now there are many types of Shinkansen. Some Shinkansens, they all go fast, some goes very fast according to their speed. Now, what are these features of these Shinkansen trains? They're very punctual. If in your ticket it's shown as the train leaves at 8:23, it leaves exactly at 8:23. If it's supposed to reach a destination at 7:10, it will exactly reach at 7:10. It's very, very punctual and very clean. The Shinkansen train used superconducting magnetic to achieve this incredible speed. Now, this is another important thing which I want to discuss with you children, because when the train stops in any station, it stops only for very few minutes, maybe for 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. So it's not possible, for people to big luggage to go into the train and coming, So what they do is that they have a courier service in Japan. This is very common in Japan. So people, they travel very comfortably in the train and their luggage go by courier. And this courier service are very efficient and reaches on time. Like when we go from one place to go to another place, we reach in 2-3 hours. So maybe after 5 hours, your courier will reach there. your luggage will reach there. So people, they give everything, they send their luggage, big luggage by courier, and they travel comfortably by train. This is very common in Japan. Now in India also, we have in India, Mumbai and Ahmedabad bullet train project is on the way, and which will be completed in 2023. So you can see Japan was in the technologies, they're far ahead. This is the 2 trains which I sold. This is a very fast train, Hayabusa, and this is a train which also goes fast, but less faster. This is according to the speed. So this is how the bullet train. Now we take children from Hakone. They travel from Hakone. Hakone is near Mount Fuji to Hiroshima. The whole ride is for 3 hours, 30 minutes. This is inside the bullet train. Now children, you must be thinking, many children, they ask me, ma'am, when you sit in this train and the train goes very fast, how do you feel? You feel nothing. You feel very comfortable. When you see outside, you see everything very clearly. There's nothing you feel. You don't feel that you're moving so fast. The only time you feel the impact is one train, when 2 trains are crossing each other, then you feel the impact. Otherwise, you don't feel anything. This is another scene. It's a train hostage which takes you. Now this is Tokyo Tower. This is in Tokyo, a symbol of Japan's rebirth as a major economic power. This was built in 1953, and it is based on the Eiffel Tower, which is in Paris, which is started in 1957 and completed in 1958. This is 333 meters tall. Why was it built? It controls broadcast signals for television, FM radio, transmission, reception, traffic information in Tokyo. It also used for collecting water, weather, and air pollution data. This whole Tokyo Tower is divided into 3 sections. At the bottom, you have cafes, restaurants, souvenir shops. Above that, you have a theme park based on the famous Magna and MI. And the main observatory located at 150 meters up, where you can see the whole city very beautifully, and it's a really beautiful view. And above that, it is closed for the audience. This is how the Tokyo Tower looks. This is inside the tower. So children are at 150 meters high. Now, Japan, we have the Sky Tree also, which is supposed to be the tallest building, which took 9 years to build, and it is taller than your Tokyo Tower. Next, I come to the automobile industries. Now, you know, automobile industry is it's one of the largest, and it's in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
Even in India, we have most of our cars Japan made. Now, this is the way, you see, they started the major current manufacturers. They all started so early. Honda started 1946. Then we have some of the Mitsubishi started in 1873. So we take you to Nissan factory. Nissan factory we take you to which is in Tokyo. So this is outside the Nissan factory. Before entering the factory, because children, you're below 18 years old, so there's a lot of instruction have to be given. So in this room, a lot of instruction has to be given. Once you go inside the factory, how you to behave, and you have to not touch anything and walk in a line. So every instruction is given you. Before going to the main factory, they go and they see the different kind of cars that the Nissan factory has made. The children enjoy these rides, small rides. This is one of the oldest in Nissan factory, that was called Datsun then. This is the latest car that had come up.
Nissan GT.
So this is an exhibition room where children study about how the car is made, how the parts are assembled together, different parts they study. Because after that, we go inside the factory. Inside the factory, we are not allowed to take the picture, but I must share you this, because when we go to the factory, a trail is made above. So you can see downstairs how they're working. Now in Nissan factory, one of the most important thing is that 80% of the work is done by the robot and 20% by the workforce, human workforce. Now, what is more interesting is that The robo, you'll see the robo working and a person, the man working together. So when the robo is putting a tire, a bolt or anything, immediately the person standing next to the robo has to work in a similar manner. So they don't have to waste a time. They can't look here and there, because within 20 minutes, the assembling of all the parts are done together. So in the 20 minutes, they make one car. That fast, the assembling of all the parts are done. So the robo and the human being, the man, the person, the labor force are all working together. And the whole factory is as neat and clean as you see here. This is something, children, you have to learn how to work with the robots. That is very, when we go there, I don't even see anybody lifting their eyes to look up at us, because they all are working. If they miss one thing, 1 second, the whole system will collapse. They're working together because they're working with the robo, and the robo is working fast. Now we take you to Miracan. Miracan is a science museum. It's a national museum of emerging science and innovative engaged in activities that links people and cutting edge science and technology. Miracan is also in Tokyo. There are many interactive exhibition and demonstration to experience. For example, you can view actual DNA through microscope or take a virtual trip to view the Earth from the space shelter. Here we can enjoy the most advanced, innovative museum in the world with human face android. The children also get to meet and communicate with a famous robo called Asimo, which has been designed by the Honda. This is the entrance of the Miracan. It's a huge building, big building. See the children. Over here, the whole building is into 4-5 floors. So once you go there, if a child is interested in marine life, marine engineering, he can go to that section and he can learn. And one of the interesting thing about this museum is that it's a hand-on experience. Like they'll ask you many questions, they'll ask you many things to do. And if you're wrong, it will help you to come to the correct answer, which you yourself will do it. So it's a very interesting and really learning experience. See this. Now this is a smart dog which was developed by the Sony. This dog, which moves around in Miracan and talks to you and helps you out also in a way. It's kind of guide also. Now this is a robot. We call this robot Asimo robot, which you get to meet. This robot lives in his house, and exact at the time given, he comes out of this house. And he talks to the students, to the children. He asks them questions. He explains you something. And it's like this, like children are sitting here. We all sit here. And he comes out from his house, speaks to the children, talks to the children. And the whole show is for 1 hour, and he goes back to his house. In Miracan also, we have the Doom Theater. It's a very interesting, this Doom Theater is very interesting. This program connects regular space from our daily lives with the amazing scale of space. Images of the universe based on scientific data from the world-renowned research institutes are breathtaking in the full Doom 3D, and they make you feel as if you are floating in a space. You sit like this, and you obviously get a glass away, and the feeling is such, you really feel that you are in the space and moving over there. So one of the interesting programs, it is one of the best programs which I've seen in the world. After that, we take you to JAXA. This is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, like your NASA in USA, and which is located at Tsukuba Science City, and which was opened in 1972. This plays an important role in the research and development of spacecraft, such as satellites, rockets, and also controls and tracks launched satellites. This is a way the children go inside, they learn everything, they experience everything. And they also meet the scientists. They're learning everything, they're explaining everything. It's very interesting. They go in, this is the way they manage everything. This is inside the spacecraft, how you feel. Now then we take you to, this is another place called Akibara in Tokyo. This is also, you can see the Japanese technologies in open. This is the world's biggest electronic town, from computers to mobile phone, television, camera, absolutely everything is here in sale. Akibara is one place very interesting because I'm telling out of my own experience. The tablet that as we see now, I had seen it in Akibara market around 20 years back when I was there, when I was working and I was staying in Japan. At that time, I had seen the kind of the latest advanced technologies, electronic goods that you see here, which comes to India maybe after 10 years or 15 years. And every street over here in Akibara is an experience to learn. Even if there's no need, we don't buy anything, but going to the shop, learning everything, seeing how it is done and how they market the electronic goods, it's one of the part to see. So we thought children must get the feel of this also. Did you know, children, that Japanese have won maximum Nobel Prize in science? Maximum Nobel Prize is won by the Japanese. Now we have few of these Japanese Nobel winners laureates with us in our board. So when they're free, we take children to meet them. So the children are meeting them. He has won in physics. He won a Nobel Prize in physics. He's interacting with the children. So he mostly speaks in Japanese. So we have an interpreter who explains, translates everything. We also take children to his laboratories, labs to see also how he does the testing, and we get to meet the young scientist over there. See how he's explaining, the scientist is explaining everything. The most important now is the education system. The education system, education life. The basic school system in Japan is composed of elementary school, middle school, and high school. Now, education is compulsory only for 9 years, but 99.8 students study up to high school. In general, the school starts at 8:45 and finishes 3:15. Now, one of the most important thing about this school, the student's life, is that after school, everybody, they join the club and they do club activities. So most of the most students attend after school clubs. Another important thing about the Japanese school is that lunch is provided by the school. The cleaning time, this is when the student cleans the school, which is scheduled either in the morning or after a lunch break. The schools are cleaned by the students. Another thing is that students study all subjects up to class 12. Unlike India, like after 10th, you are divided into science, arts, or commerce, but in Japan, up till 12, you have to study all the subjects. Japanese school tends to be highly organized but fun, emphasis on community responsibility and group activities. I've seen in every school that I visited Japan, all the students are involved in some of the community activities. Importance is given to community responsibility, like helping senior citizens, local community works. Group activities are always encouraged. Clubs, beside commitment to the academic, Japanese students also dedicate large chunk of their time to extracurricular in the form of the clubs. Clubs may vary from sports clubs to cultural club, and students usually sticks to one club, they hardly change. And they're required to devote their time to these clubs after their school hours. The clubs could be baseball, throw ball, swimming, tea ceremony club, piano club, calligraphy club, discipline club, community club, many clubs are there. Now, cleaning activities, children, this is one of the most important things. Schools are cleaned by the students under the guidance of the teacher. Cleaning of the classroom, corridors, bathroom, garden, furniture, fan, windows, cupboards, everything is cleaned by the students. Cleaning activities are organized in a systematic manner where duties are assigned to each student. Students only devote 20 to 20 minutes in cleaning. They not need to be, 20 is the maximum, 30 is the maximum, but usually do only 20 minutes. Every classroom has a cupboard, where all the cleaning items are kept. Now, the classroom's cleaning items are kept in the classroom, corridors cleaning items are kept in the corridors, and the bathroom cleaning items are kept in the bathroom. All the dusting cloths are washed every day by the students. All the garbage and waste are segregated by the students. Student also handles the disposal of garbage under the guidance of the experts. How do students keep the school neat and clean? This is very important. At the entrance of the building, students remove their shoe, keep it in the locker designated to each student. The students wear slipper. While using the bathroom also, students again change their slipper and wear bathroom slipper, and that is kept outside the washroom. This way, no dirt comes to the building. Now, why cleaning activities are given so much of importance? Cleaning activities by the students helps to build the student's character into a responsible student. The practice also helps a sense of responsibility, teamwork into the student. By spending their own time and efforts, sweeping, mopping, and etc., these activities make students respect their own work and also work for the others. Most important understanding is the importance of time management. One thing you have to understand, students, time management is very important for these students. So they know within that time they have to work and keep everything neat and clean. It also helps to develop a sense of responsibility or ownership that cleaning is not a job of the school, it also concerns of the students. It also develops a respect of the school and to take care of everything. Now, this is another thing important, lunch. Lunch is provided by the school where healthy and nutritious lunch is served. Lunch is prepared by the cook, but the teachers also have lunch with the students. But everything else, handling, like serving, cleaning of utensils, cleaning of the hall, segregation of waste is done by the students. And the lunch timing is only half an hour. Within 30 minutes, all the students, maybe 100, 200 students come to the lunch room, the dining room, they have lunch, they clean, go, and the door is closed. This is something where the time management is very important, which they respect. Now, even for the junior class, how they train the junior class. Kids, especially nursery kids, they help in washing vegetables, fruits, rice, to show gratitude to nature. Kids also practice in serving meals along with teacher, learning to take responsibility. Kids are also taught how to segregate waste and leftovers food, if any. Children in Japan learn to dress at an early age. In nursery class, they are taught to fold their jacket properly, always carry tissue in one pocket, bathroom etiquettes, manners, eating manners, table manners, how to keep shoes properly in the rack. When the children, they keep the shoe in the rack, all are kept in the same way. You know, you'll never see somebody's shoes is kept here, there, very systematic. Now, children in Japan, here we follow the concept of 5 hours. In Japan, they follow the concept of 5 hours. And they call this whole thing mottainai. Japanese shows much respect for food, paper, water, and other resources. It's because for centuries, the concept of mottainai has been embedded in the cultural DNA. Now, what is this mottainai? Mottainai is an ancient Buddhist term from Japan that means to have respect for resources around you, not to waste resources, not to use them and to use them with a sense of gratitude. What is this concept of 5R? Is reuse, recycle, reduce, refuse, and respect. Why refuse? If you're saying no to plastic, you have to refuse it at every time and to respect every waste. Every waste is a resource. And one of the important things is that it comprises the practice of treasuring and using all things as long as possible. I've seen in Japanese, you know, the thing which they can use till the last moment, they'll use it. It's not that, you know, they are getting new thing and throwing the old thing. No. Now, how does the concept of mottainai is instilled in children? It's through a book. I've seen in Japan, children, younger children, they're all studying this, reading this book, which is formed and illustrated in a story form, and which has a big impact because in that story, everything is said. You know, when you're sleeping, how to sleep, when you're going to the loo, how, which is right, which is not wrong. The things that's told at a young age, so children learn everything at a very young age. Now, she is the author for Mottainai, and this is the grandma, which is she tells the story, and which is in an illustrated form, and which, you know, children at the age of 2, they are learning all these things through Mottainai, through this book. And she's an author. She also visited India, and she's working with a school, with Oiska school in Varanasi, and promoting different kind of concept of 5 hours. She's coming with a book here also in India. Now here I'm telling you the school visit. Now I told you how do they keep the school clean. When they enter, this is the entrance of the school. So they open the shoes over here. And each students, they put their shoes in their designated area and they wear slipper and they move on. This is the way to the corridor. See, so neat and clean. This is the lobby. And every school they have this display of the uniform. This is very interesting because in India we see when the girls and the girls are wearing skirt, the length of the skirt are varies. The boys are wearing trousers, the length of the trousers are very jacket. But in Japan, you see everybody is very uniformly dressed because in the school uniform is displayed in this way, the winter uniform and the summer uniform. So everybody knows how to be dressed, how to carry their things without being explained everything or said everything every day. You know, this is a playground which is in the second floor of the building. Now you see, this is also why I showed you because this is so clean, neat and clean, and all the children are playing every day, and in the evening they clean it also every day. This is the view from top. This is in Tokyo. So, you know, in Japan, you have space problems. So this court is in the second floor. This I told you is one of the club which we visited, Stitching and Embroidery Club. The children are making something for the school. This is the library. This is outside the library. You can take books out to see, read it. See, they have these computers, everything, the children are using it, and they have tablets also. And nobody misuses it. If anybody wants to take the tablet, they want to do something, they write their name, they take it and keep it back in the same way. So, you know, this is a kind of, they have respect for everything. So everything is very well organized. Nothing is misused over here. This is the lunch room. We all sit like this. And every table, you know, the serving comes, the children serve, and every table they have a small cloth. After eating, you have to wipe the table, clean the table, and leftovers, you'll be asked to throw at a designated place. And children, turn by turn, they take the duty of washing the utensils, and it's cleaned immediately. Usually the lunch room is open only for half an hour. They have to eat, they have to clean everything within that half an hour. We have the children, Japanese children are showing the dance. We have the Indian children who had shown Kathak over there. This is where they took the photograph together. This is a staircase, so they tie like this so that, you know, it's safe for the children. This is the corridor. So you can imagine everything is so neat and clean. It's everything done by the children. Now this is the Japanese food. The typical, we have this food. This is called benton box. When we have food, you know, we get it in also being asked for thalis. This is the way they call bento box. So you get beside this, you get a soup and a rice separately. Now about waste management. In Japan is a country known for its spotless and work towards sustainable society. Japanese believe in making a recycle-based society. Now this is one of the most important things. Everything in Japan, you know, it's recycled. As far as it can be recycled, they recycle it. Now, another thing about, I told you that in Japan, there is a word I explained to mottai. It comprises the practice of treasuring and using all things as possible. While economic continues to grow, this spirit of mottai nai restrain the generation of waste and motivate the development of technology for reuse and recycling. So we take you to many of these waste management sites. A visit to the waste management site helps to learn to have a second look at our lives and tackle with reduction of waste as a first-hand effort. Now, these are the two, there's one place we go. We cannot take pictures of the inside the waste management factory, but I can tell you one thing. It is one place in Tokyo. So I visited this waste management site, which was said that you're entering one of the most cleanest place. And when I went inside the factory, it was really the most clean place where all the waste of the city, of the district was coming over to that factory. And through this waste, they were generating electricity, which was being supplied to 3 places. One place was a public library, one was a hospital, and one was a park, an amusement park. So 3 places through this waste, they're making electricity and supplying. So there are many kinds of this waste management site, which is learning experience we take children to understand. At the end of the trip, we take children to Universal Studio, which is in Osaka, which is called, and we take you this, it has a Harry Potter. So children really enjoy one whole day over here. So one of the very nice things is the entrance to the Universal Studio. After this, children, I would really like to know, you must be understanding that Japanese are one of the most disciplined, hardworking people, having respect for each other. There's another video which I like to show, which will sum up the real Japan today. Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. The people are very peace-loving. And why? And I'll show you one video. You must see this video, and then we'll conclude. I'll show you this video. You must see this video.
है कहाँ वीडियो इसकी वो कर दे म्यूट कर दे
Children, till then you can write your questions to me. Okay, the video has started. Ma'am, share the sound. It is not audible.
Ma'am, actually you are muted, so we can't hear the sound.
Yes, ma'am, you can share the screen sound.
Doesn't matter, ma'am. You can share the computer sound and still.
Computer sound.
Ma'am, on more options. Go on more options. You will.
Ma'am, it is not audible.
Just 1 minute.
Now, once you share, there is optimize computer sound. You can do that.
Ma'am, there are 3 dots you can share.
1 minute, children. I'm just doing it.
In the controls.
1 minute. I'm just doing it.
In the view options section, we have to tap share sound.
Children, just hold your peace. Just hold yourself. Be patient.
Can we hear now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute.
Ma'am, you have to share the computer.
There is a one.
voice of the video, not the...
Ma'am, tell the coach to just remote control that.
1 minute. I'm just doing it.
An option, like more option, we have to tap that.
Ma'am,
over.
Wait.
Ma'am,
Hold on, children. Ma'am, in the controls, you will see 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots. You will see all the options on top while you are sharing.
Ma'am, zoom control.
So you will have
Yes, ma'am. You need to.
computer sound option. Just click on it.
I'm doing that only, ma'am. I know why it's happening today only.
Share sound. This more पे more पे share sound last one. Play करना.
Can you hear?
Japan is amazing for countless reasons, but my favorite part can be summarized in 3 words: mindfulness of others. In Japan, people act with others in mind instead of only thinking of themselves. Take something simple like letting people pass on the escalator. In other countries, you can make signs and people still won't listen. In Japan, everyone automatically does the right thing to make life easier for everyone else. And it's like that with everything. You can nap on a crowded subway because people are quiet. You can enjoy clean streets because people don't litter. You can feel like royalty because people will serve you with a smile and a bow. The culture of respect creates an unbelievably safe atmosphere that leads to modern-day miracles. In a busy cafe, you can leave your phone or laptop and not have it stolen. You can park your bike outside and it'll be there when you come back. Even though anyone can walk off with it, in Japan, it just doesn't happen. You can even find scooters on the street with keys in the ignition. When you cultivate a society where people are mindful of others, life is better for everyone. It's a lesson that the rest of the world can learn from Japan.
Now, children, now you've understood. When today I explained you everything, so you could understand why these Japanese, the nature, the character, where the religion, they eat ceremonies, and everything has played an important role in today's what Japan is. Another thing I wanted to say, the last time when we had taken in 2019, we had taken the group to Japan. There was school from Ranchi. We had gone to Japan, and one of the child, he left his mobile phone in a busy market in Japan. And it was his new mobile phone and he was very upset about it. So what we did is that we just filed a complaint and we came back to India. After 2 weeks, we got a call from the police station asking for the details of that mobile phone. And when the boy shared, the mobile phone was found, and within a month, it was returned to the boy in Japan. I mean, it was one of the new mobile phone, with the latest one, but nobody touched it. It was left in a busy market, but people have a lot of respect. Nobody steals anything. Nobody touches others' things. And it was one of the examples for all of us to learn. And this boy, this children went back with real good memories because his old mobile phone was found and returned to him. Okay, this is an end of the study tour, spiritual study tour, where we took you to Tokyo, to Hakone, to Kyoto, to Hiroshima, and last to Osaka. You've learned, we try to teach you a lot of things through these different kind of slides. And is there any question I would like you to take up now?
Children, you will raise your hands or you will write your questions in the chat to me. I'll call out your names one by one. You can ask. Yes, Sanchita.
So, ma'am, there is a history below each flag, right? So the symbol which is there, which is a red color and white. So is there any history behind that also?
Flag, which flag were you talking about?
Japan. So it's red. So
the red circle, the Japan flag is white with red. That is called the land of rising sun. That's Japan's flag.
Okay.
Shreya Agarwal.
Ma'am, I have 3 doubts. First, that if the sumo wrestlers hemoglobin rate is a lot, so means if the person is having a lot of problem in increasing the weight, so will the person be not allowed to do the sumo wrestling?
No, see, sumo wrestling, what I told you, it's not nothing to do with him. It's regarding the weight they have to follow, the discipline. Lifestyle they have to follow. And another thing is that for this being a sumo wrestlers, it's not that you decide and you become. You have to join the training center. They test you with sometimes, and then only you become a sumo wrestlers. It's not that you. Yes.
One more thing, that after 25 means their retiring age is 25. So after 25, the person wants to be fit, means they become kind of fat and healthy.
No, this is another tragedy. You know, most of these sumo wrestlers, and they have some of the health problems. And they do have, because I have seen also them having some kind of, because suddenly they're not working out so much, and suddenly they have to take less calories, and most of them, they have some health problems. And but I have seen some of the sumo wrestlers, after they have retired, they have come back to their normal lifestyle, and they're working like a normal people, and even the health problems which they have, they know how to handle it. But yes, they do have health problems.
Ma'am, one more thing, that if the tea, because you told, is very bitter, and if I don't like it, so is it allowed to waste it, or I have
See,
to
you know, when you go for these teas, I mean, you're a children, so when it is served in a very little, in a very small quantity, so that you can just taste once or twice sip, you can take and enjoy it.
Okay.
And you have sweets, so you know, you take in sweet and bitter in between, so you get a very subtle taste.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Pranaya, your face isn't visible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I had a doubt that how long can a bonsai grow?
How long?
Ma'am, how long can a bonsai grow?
How long it can go? I have seen bonsai which is 5,000 years old also.
No, how long means, you mean the height?
Height. It all depends upon the kind of plant that you've said. You know, for some fruit plant, it's got different size, and from a flowering plant, it's a different size. It depends upon the plant and the size, you know. Then they can
Ma'am,
decide.
should I show you a bonsai, ma'am? Actually.
Okay, well, most welcome. Sure.
Raise your hand, I'll spotlight you. Yes, till then Ishita can ask her question. Yes, Ishita.
Yes, ma'am. I had a question. Why was Parliament named as Diet?
Yes. Like we have this member of Parliament, MPs, they have to call it a Diet, D-I-E-T.
Gandharva?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, why do sumos drink the strength water before their match? Is there any religious belief?
Yes, it's religious belief that maybe that will give them more strength and the more fit they feel. So that's a tradition they follow.
And one more I wanted to ask, that about tea. Why do, for second sip, why do we have to move
Yes, because you know they say that you take it from the same side, same place where you've taken, you don't, this is kind of tradition, you don't get the different, you get a different taste, you know, so you take it from the difference, when you move the cup and then you taste it, so you feel you get a better taste then. That's a tradition they follow.
Okay, Arna?
I can't hear you, child.
Not audible. Arna, you are not clearly audible. Yes. No, Arna, no. Just unplug and replug your audio device. We can have Prathamesh till then. Prathamesh, show us.
Ma'am, actually, I wanted to show the bonsai.
Sure. Where is it? You have it at your home?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we only did it, ma'am.
Show it. Where is it?
Oh, that's nice. Nice. Good. It's very nice. Who are you? Do you take care of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So you know how to handle the bonsai. That's very nice.
Yes, Shreyas?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I don't remember the name of that palace which you told that we can't visit it.
It's Imperial Palace, where the emperor stays. So we are not allowed to go there inside the palace, but we get a view of it from far.
But why are we not allowed to go?
Here also, when we go to, are we allowed to go inside the president's house? We're not allowed, no? That's a kind of security. So there also we are not allowed, you know.
Hitash?
Ma'am, before beginning the sumo wrestling match, they do the salt ritual. Why do they do that?
That is a kind of ritual to verify, to purification of this ring, to purification of the ring. That's a kind of tradition they follow.
And also there's some machines which can be worn on the back and they support a hand for a hand that increases using machines. Can it happen that sumo?
No,
sumo
because I told you,
that?
sumo wrestling, the whole thing is like a ritual, like a religion. That they follow the tradition way. Everything has to be very traditional way.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Arna, try.
Can you hear me now?
There is a disturbance in your sound, Arna. Write a question in the chat, Arna. Just write it in the chat. I'll ask it. Okay. So I see no more questions.
Ma'am, after this presentation, I wish to go to Japan.
Mahi wants to go.
Can we also get a chance to visit Japan by?
Children, first let the situation improve, you know.
No, ma'am, after this.
Ma'am, since Japan is so good in technology, I thought that it should find a medicine for COVID.
See, here India is better than Japan because I'm working with many of these universities children. So we give lectures too. So they always say that, you know, I speak to a lot of the doctors and professors. They all praise India. India has come up with a vaccine and how we are handling the vaccination. See, we are better than. There's some places we should be proud to be Indian.
Couldn't get to Arna's doubt. I think she's not able to help you. I'll try and handle it from my side, ma'am. Not an issue. I think the questions are done. So,
ma'am, if they have any other question, you can always mail it to me because the children, you know, if they have anything they might not know able to write, so just mail it. I can reply to them anytime.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, I'll do the needful.
Mokshana has a question, I think.
Okay, if you tell I have a time, you can ask me questions.
Ma'am, actually, I had wanted to ask a thing. What is a seaport means? Like?
Seaport means anything besides town which is beside the sea. So they make a port over there. It's called seaport. Have you learned anything from the school life that I showed you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That's the most important thing. You've seen how the school was so neat and clean, and how they were, and how the children were handling, and everything responsibility they were taking.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. Arna's question is up here. She is asking whether there is any limit for the tea ceremony.
Limit means I didn't understand, but what way? Time-wise?
Just time, ma'am.
You know, actually, see the time when you go for these tea ceremony classes and when you attend, so you have half an hour to 1 hour time. You know, they give you, spend you, because as I told you, you have to understand everything. You have to enjoy the tea, and usually what happens is tea teachers also they hold kind of conversation with you, so you enjoy the talk, you enjoy the atmosphere. It takes 1 to 1.5 hours. And before that, you have half an hour kind of orientation, how to behave, how to enjoy everything. And if we take you to Kyoto, then you go and see the exhibition. The whole things takes to 3 to 4 hours.
Arnav, this will be the last question, children. Yes, Arnav.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I had a doubt, like which type of animals are found in Japan?
Animals. I have been to the zoo. I've seen everything, but almost everything. In fact, there was one elephant which was presented. There was an elephant which I saw a picture in a zoo, which was gifted to Japan by a former Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru ji. So we have animals means you have everything. Like you mean to say that national birds?
Ma'am, like any special animal found in Japan? Is there any special animal found in Japan?
Lot of deers. You've seen most of these shrines.
specially found in Japan?
Pardon?
Ma'am, red panda is
Yes, red panda is also there.
Ma'am, and I think so. I heard about a famous insect which is in Japan. I guess it is Japanese hornet or something. It is a type of a bee. I think
It
is a type of a wasp or something.
Could be, children.
Ma'am, does Japan have a national animal?
Yes, it does have.
Which is that animal?
The country has national animals and birds and animals.
Ma'am, then which is the animal?
Wait a minute, children. Wait a minute. Ma'am, Swaraj wants to know which is the most tech-savvy state in Japan.
Yes, ma'am.
Savvy. All over Japan.
All over Japan.
Excuse me, ma'am. Somebody asked for the national animal. It is Japanese macaw. It's a kind of.
Macaw is a national animal. That's true.
Okay.
All right then.
How many days does this trip go on?
How many
days?
This trip, a trip to Japan, how many days does it take?
It starts at, we have 5 days trip, we have 7 days, 9 days, it depends. We have different trips. It depends what the school is interested, what the students are interested in that.
And we are interested in all this.
All right, Achal ma'am, I think we can take the vote of thanks.
Writing pads like them.
All right, children. All right, so I see that all of you are so interactive with our resource person. So I would like to take this opportunity to vote of thanks for this wonderful virtual tour organized by OSCA. I would like to extend my gratitude to our resource person, Ms. Ritu Prasad, for spending her valuable time with us and for taking us through the most advanced technologies and also the ancient and disciplined culture of Japan. You have also answered all the questions very patiently. We are truly inspired with the culture and technological advancements that has taken Japan to great heights. And we are also motivated by the disciplined culture that the school follows in Japan. I, on behalf of all the students of class 6 and 7, would like to thank our principal, Mr. Devendra Kumar, for organizing this visit. My special thanks to all the teachers and students for being such inquisitive and active audience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, the concept of this whole visual tour, virtual tours to children to understand Japan as a country. And it's not only the technologies that it's the culture and discipline culture, which you feel in every Japanese there. That's why I showed you the last video, which you find it in all over Japan. And that's the one thing we should learn, because our Indian culture is also very old, much older than Japan, but we miss out on the discipline aspect. So that's what I wanted children to learn more. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Achal ma'am, can we end the meeting now? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I leave now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, children.
Bye, ma'am. Have a nice
Bye.
day.
Enjoy, sir.
Bye,
ma'am. Have a great day, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Have a great day.